Working to me. Let's double check some stuff just to make sure. Okay, that looks good. Looks good. How's that? Is that better? Now my head's cut off. That's a little better. Alright, this guy, he can come back down and hang out with us. Well, I left work a little early because I've got some design stuff to do that I can do at home, and I was feeling a little rough at work, so I decided, you know what, I'll go home and I'll do my design stuff there. And what did I find but a big brown box from Nottingham? Yes. From Hempshill Lane. So, I got myself a big box from Mantic Games. They had a free shipping event, which if you live in Hawaii is pretty much the nicest thing that someone can do for you, because shipping is very expensive. I would say this came very quickly, which is I was really shocked at. I expected it to take a long time. But yeah, it only ended up taking like 2-ish weeks. I was expecting like 4 weeks, so that's pretty dope. And yeah, I got free shipping, so I got myself a couple of these ambush starter boxes. So what these are is they're like a little faction taster where you get like a couple of models from each faction to try out. And I thought it would be fun as I'm, just kind of starting to get into Kings of War, to just pick up a bunch of these, right? So I picked up 4 of them. And I thought it would be really cool just to be like, okay, well, I'll try a whole bunch of them out, see what they're like, see what's up with them, stuff like that. Thought that'd be pretty cool. So I've got this one, which is Night Stalkers. I've got the Forces of the Abyss, which are like hell demons. And then I've got 2, which is very weird. Didn't come in boxes. They just came bagged like this. They appear to be everything that you would normally get in the box, but they didn't come in the box, which is really weird. They just came bagged like this. Like if I was buying these as a gift to give to somebody, that would really annoy me, but like I'm not. I'm just buying it for myself, so it doesn't really matter. But like that could really irk me, like if I wanted to give this to somebody as a gift, right? Like you want it to be in the box. You don't like what just the weird styrofoam. But I mean, since it's just for me, it's fine. But yeah, definitely weird. Was not expecting that when I opened it up and there's just like bags and bags of like bubble wrap. I was like, what the fuck is this? Really weird. But yeah, so I figured we'd crack them open and see what they about. So that'd be pretty fun. Yeah. All right. No. Yeah. There we go. I've got my art shiv. So this one is supposed to have 6 of these big, like, these big dudes, and they can be built as melee guys or some kind of like shooter guys with like vomit guns. And then you get, I believe it's either 10 or 8 of these like demon bugs. Those things. They're really cool. So, alright. Let's see what we got. Lots of nice gray sprues. So like this is one of the demon bug sprues. Okay, so we got 5 bodies on there. Look at those heads. That's super cool. Look at those teeth. Got big claw hands. They got like knife hands. I don't know why there's pieces of pillar. Maybe you can like pose your guys to stand on it. Honestly, I'd rather just have another guy there. You could put another dude there. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this weird one here. Look at that weird face. Oh, it's backwards. That's why. No. Yeah. Look, it's like the jaw's like. I don't know if you can see that. It's like the jaw's split open. That's pretty cool. So it looks like you got those, and then you got these kind of like smaller mouthed ones. They're really cool though. Very like gross looking nightmare monsters. And lots of really nice detail. And this is a packed fucking sprue. There's a lot of stuff on there, even if there's some dumb bits. That's a packed sprue. That's really cool. So 5 guys there. Looks like we get a second one of those. So 10 of those dudes. And then we got this sprue. Oh man. You got some big uns. So we got 3 big dudes. Whole bunch of arms. And look at that head. Look at the teeth on that head. Oh, that's super cool. Look at that. Little stabby dagger. Yeah, that's dope. Again, it's got these weird pillar bits. Kind of wish they didn't do those. I wish they would have just given us some other arms or something instead. Not a fan of the pillar bits, but I like how it's like a hand, but it's also like multiple hands. Like, look at the sculpting on that. Like, that's 3 different hands plus a bunch of tentacles holding that big cleaver. That's cool. That's really, really cool. Let's see what we got on the back. Look at that one with the tentacles. That's pretty cool. For me, that's going to be 2 units here and then 2 units here. So I'll wind up with 4 of these guys. 4 units of these guys. And it's more than enough to try playing a game out with, which is really cool. So, what else do we get? We get bases for our guys. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Wow, these are way nicer. That's way nicer MDF than what came in the other one. So these are what came in the War in the Shire, Storm in the Shire ones. How much nicer that is. God, if I'd known their big ones were nice like that, I wouldn't be doing plastic. Because I've been 3D printing on my own bases. Let's see what we get. We have quick start rolls for Kings of War Ambush. Different kinds. We got the stats. Line of sight works. You can move through friendly units. Different actions you can do. How to turn. I gotta read all this. I do want to learn the rules so I can try it out on the channel. Terrain works. It's a shotgun. It's a cool picture. Melee face. There's a big frog. That's how to set up the game. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you get a little quick start guide, and you get instructions on how to build your dudes. I'm going to be super honest. I have not found that any of the Mantic models have needed instructions. So, but I mean, I guess people want instructions, so cool. But I honestly, like, they go together so simply that I don't know. Like, I don't really have not needed instructions. Let's see. Special roles and stats for your guys. Look at those things in the background. They're cool. They're like evil pumpkin men. That's cool. They're really neat. Um, so all the rules are free on the app, which is pretty dope. But it's also really nice to have it here, so like you could literally just play with that. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So like that whole idea of like getting everything you need in a box, like to play today, is really nice. And that is something that I feel like a lot of companies don't give you anymore. So it's really cool to see it here. You know. All right, I'm gonna put these bases back in here as well, even though I will probably print my bases out for them as well, so they all match. All right, we're gonna swap over to the Forces of the Abyss. Man, I tell you what, this is and 20 sexy ladies. But that sounded essential kind of demons. So I thought the idea of painting some like really like, you know, archetypal demons I thought sounded really fun. You know, like doing them on like lava bases and that kind of stuff. That really kind of appealed to me. Maybe 3D printing out some like hellhounds or something. Cause I don't think Mantic makes hellhounds. I'm just gonna get everything out of the little baggies, and then we'll go from there. Oh man, lots of little baggies. Also, apparently my knife is dull as shit. Make sure I don't cut myself with that, or it's gonna hurt. You'll be swapping that blade out later today, I tell you what. Oh, another MDF base. God, I can't even get through the plastic bag. Yeah, we're definitely going to be swapping that out. But yeah, it's really crazy to think that, like, legitimately each model in here is like $1. Like, that's just like an insane value. Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want cheap things, right? But I want stuff that respects my money. And so far, all the Mantic stuff I've opened so far has really felt like it has. Which has been really nice. Same thing with the Warlord game stuff, the bolt action stuff. I got the same feeling from that, you know? When you spend like $30 and you get a box of 20 dudes. Like, that feels good, right? Versus spending like $60 and getting 5 guys. Like, yeah, those 5 guys probably have more detail, but you know what? I'd kind of rather, I don't know. I don't want to look at my models and be like, you know, the first thing that comes to my mind being like, man, that was so expensive, you know? I ain't about that life, you know? And I also want games that embrace 3D printing, which Mantic does very well. They actually have a 3D printing thing where you buy you can like buy STLs for their units and stuff, which is really cool. All right, so let's see what we got. First off, we've got some of the fire dudes, mans. All right, let's see. We got a bunch of butts, a whole bunch of butts. My brain was instantly starting to like identify every piece. Oh man, that looks cool. Look at like the little fur on the hooves. That's really cool. Very like quintessential demon-y. One's got a scythe. There's one shooting a fireball. There's a little demon. I don't know if he's gonna come through or not. Look how little he is, little buddy. He's just a little guy. There's another one. That's really, I like the little things. I didn't like the big chunky pieces with the Night Stalker guys, but the little demons, yeah, they're really cool. Yeah, look at the detail on like the heads. They have a really nice like kind of goat look to them. Just pretty cool. There's a mace, a trident, a couple of banners, a big battle axe, a couple of shields. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it looks like we got 5 guys a sprue. Looking at the sprue, these must be older Mantic models. Because it seems like now, every time they make a sprue, it's like... usually they're like two sprues that go together kind of thing. So... yeah, it's pretty cool. So we get a whole bunch of these guys. We get 20 of these guys. So we get 20 of those dudes, which is pretty cool. Also, I want to point out, all of these hobbits, these are all made from the same sprues, the same way these guys are, right? And I'm going to be super honest, you can't tell. Like, you can only really tell if you really look at them. It's a big fucking chunky base. Look at that. Big chunky base. But yeah, you can really only tell they're like from the same sprues when you really look at them. Like when you like really get in there and try to like identify the pieces. So I'm not worried about like the repeat of like 5 bodies. Because so far like the Mantic stuff has had enough options that like if you spread it out, like it looks fantastic still. So alright, we get the same quick start guide. And then we get our unit profiles. Oh, I was kind of hoping the background on the card would be themed with the art for the units. Because this is the Night Stalkers one again. Yeah, I was kind of hoping... wait. Hold up. Did I forget to put it in this box? No. Okay. Alright, Mantic, that's a mistake. You gave me the wrong instructions, bro. You gave me the wrong instructions. Which is fine. I mean, you don't really need the Mantic instructions. I haven't really needed them for any of the models, but yeah. Weird. Okay. A little bit of mistakey there. Alright. Then we got some sexy ladies. We got a whole bunch of butts. Look at them butts. Got a whole bunch of butts. The sexy ladies. So this looks like 5 ladies. A bunch of different heads. There's some booba. Bunch of like arm blades. That's cool. There's a war horn. There's a banner. Whole bunch of booba. Look at that one. It's a cool body. And a whole bunch of heads. So we're looking at 4, 8, 10 different heads, 11 different heads for 5 bodies. Oh, look at like the little lady. The little succubus lady with the wings. That's cool as shit. That's super cool. I dig that. Oh, look, there's a little dude. That's really cool. I think there's something like you can take the extras from these sprues and make like another unit out of it. Something like that. But yeah, they got some whips. They got some weird double swords. Got a whole bunch of booba. And yeah. Just pretty cool evil demon ladies. Yeah. So we got like sexy demon dudes and sexy demon ladies. Be kind of cool if the demon ladies had more hooves. They're a lot more like feet and boots. It'd be cool if they had hooves too. But take what you can get. So we got 4 of those. And that makes our demon ambush set. Meaning each model is about $1. Which is dope AF. I'm not gonna lie. And these will be really fun. They'll be very fun to paint up and do them as like classic kind of hell demons. Like fire and brimstone. I'm really looking forward to painting up a bunch of like black obsidian lava bases. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, So before we get into the next ones, we'll get into some of the paper that came with this. So I got this. Start your army. A whole bunch of picture of hobbits on there. That's a cool looking army. I love the hobbits, man. I've been really enjoying painting my hobbits. Or a thing for firefight, which is really cool. I totally did not buy a Dead Zone mat last night. I totally did. I'm gonna print out some little dwarves tonight, actually, on the 3D printer. Make some of my own Forge Fathers. But yeah, Firefight looks like a lot of fun too. But we're gonna start with Dead Zone. I think Dead Zone will be easier to play by myself. And then this was also in there, so I think this is just a thing they threw in because I didn't buy it. And it's like a more like complete rule book. Like it's not like the big red rule book. It's like a expanded getting started rule book, which is pretty cool. And it's really nice that like they put these into all the ambush sets, because this way, like if I actually did have anyone that wanted to play with me, I could give them a rule book, right? Because look at this, how cool is this, right? It's got all the basic rules, right, for like the faction starter. Oh god, is this actually the ambush lists? Okay, so that's Succubi, Lower Abyssals, and Flame Bearers. That's what comes in the ambush box. Sharpsticks, Bitters, and Mincer Mob. That's what comes in the ambush box. Oh man, are these actually the ambush rules? Because if so, that's dope AF. Yeah. Okay, Halflings, Night Stalkers. Oh, that's actually super cool. Yeah, it's all the ambush rules in the back of this. Oh, and a thing for the Twilight Kin. Oh, they're so cool. I really wanted to get the Twilight Kin ambush box, but they wouldn't do free shipping on stuff that was pre-orders, so I couldn't get it. But next time, I've got plenty to build in the meantime. Alright, so we're going to grab this one. Actually, no. Hold on. We'll save that one for last. That's the one I'm most excited about. So another one in this weird like bubble wrap thing. You know, honestly, I don't care about it, but if I was going to use these as like gifts or something, this would have pissed me the fuck off, but I don't, so it's fine. Alright, so these guys, I am only going to open one set of these, and I'll show you why in a minute. Because this box is a insane amount of troops. This is the Goblin Sprue. Now, I bought the Kings of War in the Hold starter set back before COVID. And just... where do I start this story at? Stuff like Dead Zone. Like, okay, so I've been out here in Hawaii for many years now, right? A whole bunch of years, been out here in Hawaii, which is awesome. Love Hawaii, favorite place I've ever been. My job is amazing. I get to help so many great people. I've like super advanced my career. I live in an awesome house in a beautiful weather, in a great town, right? I fucking love Hawaii. But like even when I was back in Maryland, right? I was interested in playing Dead Zone. And several times I tried to like get into like kind of like the Mantic family of games and stopped because there wasn't any other interest to do it. Like back in Maryland, my friends had zero interest in doing any kind of wargaming stuff. and I was just getting started, so I was like, okay, well, you know, it's fine, whatever. We'll just play video games or whatever. It really sucks, right? So like, and I've done that like a couple of times. So like the War in the Hold box, the Dead Zone 3.0, the one with the Veerman in it. I picked all those up with the intention of like playing it and having it be like my game and stuff, but don't have a ton of friends, and the ones I had weren't interested in it, which is fine. So like I kind of just always like mentally just compartmentalize, like, okay, whatever, you know, I'll just play 40K or whatever, like everyone does. It's kind of always irked me, right? It's one of the reasons I've been sort of getting into it now, kind of just like as a fuck it, I want to do this is for me kind of thing, right? So long story short, that's why I have a bunch of goblins from before, and I haven't built them, although actually I have. Because I've been building them lately, and I have a whole bunch of them right here. So we got some little good boy pit bulls, we got some goblin archers, we got some goblin spearmen. It's pretty cool. I have 3D printed. I'm not a big fan of the Mantic trolls, so I 3D printed myself some Mantic murder bots and put little goblin heads on them. You can see I'm starting to work on their base because they're all multi-based too. I've made myself a custom boss guy who's like throwing cinder blocks with magic, which is pretty cool. I should have put this guy on a smaller size base, but it's okay. He still looks cool. But yeah, so these are awesome spurs. So you get 2 doggos on each set of spurs, because it's this and this go together to form one set. So you get 2 doggos and 10 guys. You can have 10 bowmen, 10 melee guys, or 10 sword and shield guys. And yeah, they're just super, super awesome minis with tons of detail. Very fun to paint. A lot of cool stuff. Like I love this sword here, or that like stab 'em stick. I think is really neat. You know, there's some really cool bows that are like have teeth on them. They've got the little doggos. A bunch of the heads are really cool. This one has like a muzzle, which is really cool. This one's got like a bucket on his head. Lots of fun personality. Really good stuff. So I picked up the goblin box to give myself enough goblins to have like a force to fight my hobbits, which is pretty cool. So you, for 10 of these, you are getting 4 sets of 10. So you're getting 40 guys, which is insane. That makes this box $1 a dude. So you're going to get 40 guys. And then you're going to get these. Now this is a mincer mob. And I think it's also parts if you wanted to build a chariot. Because I'm pretty sure these come with the like doggos and stuff to build the chariots as well. I'm just going to empty this out, which is probably a mistake because there's a bunch of little pieces, but it's okay. So these come pre-clipped. Yeah, there's the doggos. So there's actually doggos. They'll go together like this. And if you don't want to use the doggos with the mincer mob, you can turn them into a like doggo cavalry unit, which is really cool. I like the doggos a lot. I really like, so these are technically like Mantic's take on squigs, and I really like them. They're like these like pit bull hyena things, and I think they're cool and they're very cute. I think they're called mall pups. They're very cool. So yeah, so I think you can actually put these together. If you use both of them from both of the mincer mobs, you can make like a cavalry unit essentially out of it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's like this big drill thing. And it's like kind of techy, which is one of the reasons I went with building these guys for the goblins. Like kind of robot kind of things. So I kind of wanted to keep this like pseudo techie look going because I thought it was kind of cool. So this will be a lot of fun to build up. And I'm going to get 2 big old doggos as well, which is pretty cool. So in this one, you get 2 of these mincer things. You're probably going to be able to make a unit of doggos. And then, honestly, you can probably make 4 units of troops, which is going to be a ton of value and stuff in this box. And a ton of just, like, stuff to play with, which is really cool. So, that's pretty darn cool. Alright, where's the box? Oh, they don't have a box, that's right. So weird. Why didn't they come with a box? Like, it's nice that they gave me the extra little rulebook thing. That's really cool. But I would have really liked a box. Alright, I'll stop complaining about it now. Oh, I didn't even open this. Okay. Crap. Let's see. Here you got... Oh, man. Woo. Big chunk of bases. Then we've got this guy. Oh, it does have the... Okay, good. Good. I'm glad it actually has instructions for the freaking mincer thing. Because that thing would have been hard to build without instructions. But the goblins go together just... They go together like butter. But I'm happy they didn't screw up the instructions on that one. Alright, next to last, the one I'm the most excited for, which is more goblins. But this one is the Ogres box. Now the Ogres are legitimately, I think, probably the nicest models I've ever seen from Mantic. They are freaking awesome. So before we look at those, you are going to get 20 more goblins in this box. So same sprues as before. So I'm going to have just a metric shed load of goblins, which is really cool. Just being able to throw like tons of goblin bodies on the table, I think is pretty exciting. So I'm going to have a metric shed load of goblins. So I was like, where's the... I keep looking for the freaking boxes. But these are the stars of this box, in my opinion. These are the Mantic Ogres. These things are awesome. They are like super detailed and come with a ton of options. So they can have 2-handed weapons. They can have rifles, or they can have swords and shields. And they come with all these cool different heads, right? Look at that really cool big sword. And just like loads of detail. Loads of detail. Just fantastic looking models, and just a wonderful looking sprue. These are the things I was most excited for, and this is a chunky sprue. So the things I was most excited for that I picked up. Because this sprue is awesome. This sprue is what... I don't want to oversell it. This is what the gaming industry kind of needs more of, is this sprue. This sprue is super freaking cool. So this sprue, this is a whole bunch of ogres. Again, you know, you get rifles. If you notice, they're different, right? You'll get the big melee weapons. If you notice, they're different. You'll get close combat weapons with swords and shields. You'll get a bunch of heads as well. But this sprue, as I'm going to point out from the chest armor there, and there, and there, This sprue is Ogre Ladies. How fucking cool is that? Is that not like the coolest thing? Yeah, I was super sold by Ogre Ladies. I think that's just fantastic. Just like these huge Chungus ladies, just like stomping their way across the battlefield, murdering dudes. I think that's dope. And the cool thing is there is extra heads on here and stuff for the dudes. And to my understanding, you can swap the arms as well. So all the arms from the dudes also work on the ladies, and vice versa. That's what I've been told. I have not tried it, but it's what I've been told. But it means that you get a ton of options, and there's actually some like actual representation in here, which is really cool. I am all about the representation, so I think that's super cool to actually have Ogre Ladies. And really exciting, right? Like really nice. I think this is kind of the route things need to go, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so those are the models I was most excited for out of the list. Oh, hold on, I forgot to look at our conclusion. So same quick start guide, big old chunka bases, and then this heavy cavalry base there. Then we have instructions for building our dudes. Nice and simple. These guys aren't going to need instructions again. And we've got our rules. So, yeah. Pretty cool stuff. It's nice they threw in that little rule book. And it's very nice that that rule book has every starter set's rules in it. That's super cool. Oh. So we got ogres. We got just a metric ton of gobos. We've got nightmare gloom monsters. And we've got quintessential hell demons. Anything else in the box? No. Some packing peanut kind of things, but that's it. But yeah, so that is a whole bunch of the Mantic ambush boxes. So I think these ambush boxes are really cool. I think they're one, if you wanted a whole bunch of troops for cheap, these are a great way to get that. Because like each one of these is at least like 40% off, like the normal cost. And that's on top of Mantic stuff being cheaper anyway. Like, you know, like this box, like every thing in there is like $1.05. Every mini in there is, right? The Goblin one is even cheaper than that because you get the 2 mincer things. So like basically everything in here is $1, and the mincer things are $2. All right, like it's awesome. It's really good value. Very respectful of your money, which is really nice. And you get a ton of cool stuff to work on and stuff that's different, right? Like my hobbits. You know, there's something I would normally never build, right? Something like this. Like I would just normally never build these. But you know what? They were different and really fun and refreshing. You know, and kind of silly and kind of happy. And, you know, sometimes you need that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it there. Because I'm running out of steam. Even though this is very exciting. Energized me up. I'm running out of steam. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching me unbox all my toys. I'm probably going to build a bunch of these up tonight. Yeah, just have a good time. I think this is super cool and it's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of like really fun little hobby projects, you know? Where I get to get a flavor of painting the different factions and a flavor of, you know, just seeing what the different models are like, you know? I have to say, like, every one of these models looks freaking great. The Forces of the Abyss stuff is probably the oldest in all the line, but it looks pretty cool. Alright, with that, I'm going to call it. Thank you guys for watching. And,